Okay, quick little video on a new tool that I've just recently acquired. I've been doing a lot of work with some laptops lately, and I'm having to take out loads and loads of little tiny screws, and it really is, you really do start getting RSI in your hands when you do this over and over again. So basically what we've done is we've bought a new tool. Now, it actually says on the box there, it actually says I'm a dual power screwdriver. Well, that's nice to know. Look, this thing is actually called, believe it or not, I know you can read that on there. It is actually called a Wowstick. Yes, now I also thought that sounded more like a sex toy than a screwdriver, but there you go, what the hell do I know? So this is an electric screwdriver that's specifically designed for work on mobile phones and laptops which use very, very small screws. So let's take it out of the box and see what we get. Okay, so there are 3 more boxes inside the big box. This one says I'm a tool bag, this one says I'm a dual power screwdriver, and this one says I'm a bits group with 1, 2 and 3. So, well, okay, let's see what's inside these boxes. Okay, well, there you go, that's what's inside the boxes. Very nice suede effect tool bag. The actual screwdriver, or Wowstick itself, which very simple. I mean, it's got a some sort of hex socket on the end, button, and screw in top to remove, so you can put the batteries in it. And then this is the bits. Looks like there's quite a good selection. We'll have those out of there in a minute and have a closer look. There was also this little leaflet in there, which is all in Chinese or Japanese, and so I have no idea what that says. We'll put that over there. Now, I've taken some of the bits out. These seem to be a couple of Allen key size bits, a slotted tip bit, and a flat bladed. And a tri-wing bit. But there's 6 bits in each one of these tubes. There seem to be several flat-bladed screwdrivers, several Phillips, several Torx. So it's pretty good because, I mean, you know, there's 18 bits altogether. So that's pretty damn good. The Wowstick itself appears to work on two AAA batteries, which you just take the screw cap off the end, put them in there, and then you press the bottom part of the switch, and it will rotate in. If you're looking at it from this end, that's it rotating anti-clockwise. If you press that end, it rotates in a clockwise direction. Now, I have tried to stop this turning with my fingers, which I cannot do. So there's plenty of torque there. Right, the next thing to do is actually try it on a laptop screw and see how we get on. Alright, just quickly before we actually try it out on a laptop, these are the bits that you get. Now, these Torx bits on this side, these are labelled P2, P5, P6, T5, T6 and T8. And then this section of bits here, these seem to be Phillips Posi drive. And this is labelled PH000. It just looks like Y2.5, PH0, PH2, SL1, 2 and 3. And these are flat bladed ones, these ones here. This is a mixture, that's a square headed driver, and that's labelled, I can barely read these, can't read that one at all. That one's more of an Allen key, that's labelled H2.5. That's a flat blade, but that's just labelled, it's got a triangle and then the number 3 after it. This one is U3, which is the slotted tip. There's an Allen key here, and have I got anything written on it? Doesn't appear to have anything on it at all. So there you go, that's all the bits. Right, now let's get a laptop. Right, this is a IBM ThinkPad T30. Yes, obviously it's going to be a ThinkPad if I'm working on a laptop. So we'll try it on one of the K screws to start with. So let's zoom in a bit. Right, so it's which way we do this. So undo is press the top part of the button. So we'll stick it in there. It's a good fit, that bit. And let's give it a go. Well, it didn't have any trouble with that at all. Let's try one of the other ones. I'm actually giving them a quick tweak before I hit the button. Yeah, no problem with that one either. Okay, well, let's try it on something a little bit smaller. The screen screws are tiny on these. Let's move it up a bit. This is the screen screw there. Again, I'll bring this up. And they really are tiny. So let's find the appropriate bit. You might need a slightly smaller one. No, I think that one will do. Yeah. No problem at all. Took it out easy as anything. Let's try sticking it back in again. Yeah, perfect. Oh yes, well and that's the first time I've used this, but it'll be interesting to see how long the batteries last. As I say, there's only two double A's in there, so I don't know yet how long they're going to last. But obviously the beauty of it is it's not rechargeable, so you can just slap as long as you've got a box full of triple A's, no problem at all. It will you can keep going for as long as you like. So I'll give it an exhaustive test and I'll let you know what I think of it. So anyway, there you go. There's the Wowstick. I did actually buy this. I can't remember exactly how much it was, but I'll put a link. I think it's about 25 quid. I'll put a link to this in the description to where I got this from. I think it was Amazon. And again, I don't get any kickback from the links if you click on them. But first impressions, this looks pretty damn good bit of kit. Right. Cheers. Well. I've just spent the last 4 hours removing hard drives from some 60 plus Dell laptops. Two different models. One model requires the removal of 12 screws to extract the hard drive and the replacement of 4 screws to reattach the cover. And the other model requires the removal of 10 screws to extract the hard drive and the replacement of 2 screws to reattach the cover. This little tool, the Wowstick, which is pretty awesome. Apparently it's called the Wowstick 1P Plus, has now become my new best friend. If you do the math, the the worst case scenario, you're looking at the removal of 600 screws and the replacement of 120, and it was probably a lot more than that, as there was roughly an equal number of each model in the 60 that I worked on. And this thing, this just was, well, awesome. Did the job superbly. I can't praise it highly enough. It's quite a reasonable amount of torque. There are a few screws which needed a little manual tweak first, but the bulk of the work was done by this thing. Now, I did replace the batteries at the 2.5 hour mark, but that's not really a fair test. I didn't have any brand new AAAs, so I have no idea what the state the ones I used were in. According to the Amazon page, it will run continuously for 8 hours on 2 AAAs, but I think that's probably being a little hopeful. I'm going to test it with some brand new ones, so I will find out how it actually does. What I didn't mention before was the body is aluminium. It's actually metal, which is quite nice, and it's got a nice weight to it. It's just about right, really. It's not too heavy. It's not too light. It's just right. And it does exactly what it says on the tin. As I said, I really put it through its paces this afternoon, and I have to say I think it's an excellent bit of kit. I mean, obviously, at this stage, I've got no idea of longevity. It could break down next week. But until I've used it over a period of time, I won't know that. But first impressions, given its real serious use this afternoon, I would recommend it. It's an excellent tool. If you've got to do a lot of work on mobile phones or laptops, or anything that requires that's small and requires the removal of tiny little screws and lots of them, then this thing is your go-to bit of kit, definitely. Right, I'll put a link in the description to the Amazon page, but I'm sure you can probably get this from other stores. Banggood probably, I would imagine, do it. Oh yeah, I did check. The current Amazon price is $28.99, which is not bad at all for what it is, I think. So yeah, there you go. A tool which I literally only received today, but I can thoroughly recommend. The Wowstick 1P Plus. Anyway, there you go. I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks very much for watching.